Back here, first things first. Brooklyn Nets in action last night. Losers of 4 of 5. Coming in and without Kevin Durant, sidelined with COVID issues. Had to just get that out there. So Kyrie Irving raises his hand. He says, "Coach, I got this. I'm good." Scored 29 points as the Nets roll to the big win over the Utah Jazz. With that, we welcome in Chris Broussard. Broussard, you've said before Kyrie is the leader of this team. Did last night prove that he can keep the Nets afloat while KD is out?
Well, Jenna, it certainly proved that he is woefully underrated by someone on this show. And I'm not talking about Kevin Wiles. All right, I knew it was a good night for the Nets when I didn't receive any text from Nick Wright. He only texts me when things have gone awry in Brooklyn. I can promise you that. So, look,
it's a lot of texts over the last couple weeks.
Kyrie obviously was tremendous. 18 points in the first quarter to set the tone. And yes, he is the leader of this team. I don't say that as a slight to Kevin Durant, who's their best player. It's just different personalities. And it is fair for people like Nick and others. Heck, I've got my concerns about Kyrie's leadership considering his past. But it's also possible that despite his eccentricities, that he has learned from his past mistakes and will be a better leader going forward. We have seen players mature and become better leaders as their careers went on. And last night, it looked like that was the case because it was the Kyrie Irving show, but not because he was going outside of the offense, hogging the basketball, and just doing things one-on-one. He did his brilliance within the flow of the game, and it was truly a team effort. The ball was moving. They had a season-high 31 assists. They shot 56% from the floor. All the players were involved. They were great defensively, held the Jazz to 39% shooting. So to answer your question, yes, Kyrie can certainly keep them afloat without Kevin Durant for this brief time. They've got Philadelphia and Oklahoma City at home and Memphis on the road. 2 of those 3 games are certainly winnable. The question is Philadelphia, and they've got the big bodies in Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan to put on Joel Embiid. Philly 6-1. They're due for a loss. But even if they don't beat Philly, if the Nets can go 3-1 without Durant, that's huge.
Oh, yeah. That's a great win. That would be a win. No doubt about it. And listen, people think I'm going to get on here and find a way to bash the Nets. I'm not going to do that. That was a great win last night. Kyrie was excellent. With the win, they're now in position to be in that play-in tournament, so that's good for them. They're still the 9 seed, but hey, the 9 seed this year gets a chance for the playoffs, so that's important. Now, my concerns about the Nets, beginning of the year, I said they're going to be a terrible defensive team. Broussard, I think, after game 2, was like #1 defense in basketball. Well, now they're number 10, dropping like a stone. They'll continue to drop. When we talk next week, they'll be 15th or worse.
They are opponents.
Okay, but points. I'm just worried about how many points the other team's scoring. They're the dead last rebounding team in basketball, but who cares? That's an overrated stat too as well. I don't want to argue about the Nets. I want to argue about something you keep saying, Broussard, which is I need to move Kyrie Irving up. So show the tiers and just show them to where Kyrie is. He's not like on the bottom tier. He's just on the bottom tier we're going to show you. Tell me, who are the players? Hold on, can we make Broussard do this? I don't want to make Brandon do this. Brandon hasn't boxed himself in the way Broussard has. I want Broussard, if we can, please. Broussard, who right now, I have 21 players listed ahead of Kyrie Irving. Tell me the names of guys we are moving down. I want them, because you can't just say move them up. We got to move people down.
Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell, just to name 2. Ben Simmons. I mean, come on.
Ben Simmons.
You want me to keep going? Yeah, Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
please. Are you serious? He averaging 13 points a game. And he doesn't take jump shots. I know he's shooting 100% from 3. Oh, stop it. Half the league was hurt last year. I vote for those, Nick. Half the league was hurt. I was looking for guards. I was like, my goodness. Who can I throw on? Pascal Siakam. Is Siakam on there? Is he above him? We got to move him down, too, if that's the case. Clay's hurt.
He's not above him.
I can make an argument for Jimmy Butler moving down.
Oh, Jimmy Butler.
100%.
So you just don't care about the playoffs. You just don't care about the playoffs. Donovan Mitchell,
Kyrie
Jamal
Irving
Murray,
has won a championship, Nick. Kyrie Irving has hit
5
either
years
the
ago.
first or second greatest shot in NBA history. Are you serious? I mean, I just named 5 guys that he should be ahead of.
I guess I should have Ray Allen
I'll put him ahead of Paul
I guess
George,
I'm snubbing
too.
Ray Allen. Paul George playing great this year. Okay, all right, so that's fine.
All I
right,
know is when next time on the show, the tiers should be different. That's all I know.
Okay. All right, we'll see. All right, Brandon, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just wanted to know the list. I wanted to know who I needed to move down.
Yeah.
And evidently,
Nick.
Kyrie's getting credit for a shot he hit in July of 2016. But go ahead.
Nick, it's not looking pretty for you, man. I don't think you have an argument here. And Chris, you said something interesting when you opened up on your take. You said there's somebody on the show that is overlooking Kyrie, right? Could he be the most underrated superstar in the NBA? Like, why do we continue to talk about this guy like he's not a monster? Like, why do we continue to talk about this guy like he's not a champion? Like he didn't hit the game winner to win the championship in Cleveland. So let's go back to last night and let's just look at that game. So yeah, 29 points, 18 points first half, all that started off hot. But think about the efficiency, 63%. It wasn't like this dude was just throwing up crazy shots. He was doing it at an efficient level. And then you look at the season, 27 points, averaging 27 points in the career high, 50% from the floor. This dude is an absolute superstar. I agree with Chris Wilds and Nick that he should be moving up past a lot of those guys. Like, this is one of the best guys in the NBA when we talk about a skill set in basketball IQ, and I wonder if he is the most underrated player in the NBA today.
Wow. Well, Dion Waiters is the most underrated player in the NBA. Should have a starting spot somewhere, but you got to make an argument that Kyrie's in there too. Get on Waiters Island. He's got a new chain. See a DW chain. It's fantastic. Broussard, the other big story, Jared Allen. Oh, hey, Durant's out. You know, the cat's away, the mice will play. Why he's not paying attention? Boom. Let's get Jared Allen in the game. Let DeAndre Jordan play 9 minutes. Hey, how did Jared Allen do? I don't know. Catching dunks on a former defensive player of the year, blocking shots. Only 19 points, 18 rebounds. 5 of them were offensive board, which he leads the league in. 3 steals and 2 blocks. DeAndre Jordan started every game, Broussard. He's averaging 4 points, and he's 50th in rebounds. In Brooklyn right now, there are mob bosses, Broussard, who get treated less well than DeAndre Jordan, who get less deferential treatment than DeAndre Jordan gets. I think last night is a coaching malpractice. If this isn't the starting lineup and Jared Allen is in the starting lineup moving forward, I don't care if DeAndre Jordan, saved people's lives and you owe him his life. DeAndre Jordan should be on the bench, and that's okay. Do you agree?
Wilds, I'm glad you brought this up because last night, starting Jared Allen showed me a few things. One, Steve Nash has the heart and the guts to coach the team the way he wants to. Because last year, all the talk was, oh, KD and Kyrie, they want DeAndre Jordan starting. That's why, Atkinson was fired and all that stuff. So he goes ahead and starts the team that he wants to. So I like that. That shows me going forward, when he has to, he won't be afraid to, pull his weight, okay? Secondly, it shows that Nash understands egos and chemistry because he didn't just bench DeAndre Jordan. He benched the entire starting lineup outside of Kyrie Irving. Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot comes off the bench. Who's the other starter? They benched the other starter as well. Joe Harris. Joe Harris.
Joe
Harris.
They benched Joe Harris.
They started Bruce Brown. Yeah. So they started 3 other guys, and they didn't just make it about DeAndre Jordan. So that saves his ego. It looks like it's more of a team thing and not just about DJ.
Yep, right. Which is why this is a problem. Because you got Jared Allen, who's a good player, DeAndre Jordan, who, with respect, and I'm anxious to say this in my house because my wife loves him so much, who isn't good anymore, and you can't just bench him for the better player because he's part of the big three. Because DeAndre, Kyrie, and KD, one of these three is not like the other, all got together and were like, we're coming together, boys. So you gotta, and the reason Jared Allen got that opportunity was because DJ instantly got in foul trouble because he's not good anymore. The idea that because Nash had to do all these different machinations to put in the obviously better player who should have always been starting, that's not a good thing. But hey, listen, I do think the Nets are at least the second best 4-4 team in basketball. And I do think that if they were to get the Hawks in the play-in, they would I know they just lost to the Hawks. I think they'd probably win that play-in tournament. I do think that.
I wonder if DeAndre knows he's not good anymore. Gets back to the NFL now. Even more fallout from the Eagles' decision Sunday to pull Jalen Hurts. Wait till you hear what a key member of the team had to say about it when we come back. Broussard, thank you.